Hey guys, it's Kaz here, and today I'm going to be talking about a few wrappy up things from 2025 and then a very simple 2026 goals list. So first of all, I'll chuck out a few 2025 things. So in 2025 I read 87 books. The past 8 years, I had a look on Goodreads, I've read over 100, but you know what? I don't care. I read when I want to read. If I'm not in the mood to read, I don't read. So 87 books is still loads of books, to be quite honest. And also within that, I have knocked my TBR, like owned TBR down a bunch, so that's cool. It's something I've kept track of, but it's not something that I like have a specific goal on ever. But at the beginning of the year, I had 128 unread books, and at the end of the year I had 89. That's cool. Knocked off like 39. I hold 40 books, and one of my goals every year is to read at least 50% of the books I hold, and I read 55%, so boom, I did that. A lot of the like specific goals that I made in my goals video last year I didn't hit. Like the whole like 23 in 2023, 24 books in 2024. I stopped that in 2025 and just picked 20 books, but I also didn't read all of them. I wasn't in the mood to read them, so I didn't force myself to read them, because if you're not in the mood, you're not going to enjoy it as much, you know what I mean? So yeah, I didn't complete that. I know one of the goals I had was to like complete all the books hauled in one of the years. I didn't complete that. I have a couple of years where I have like 1 or 2 books that I hold that year that I haven't read yet. I'm not going to force myself to read a book if I'm not in the mood for it, so same reason for that. Something I did complete-ish was the buzzword challenge. This is something that I've been doing for the past few years. Books and Lala creates this challenge. Every other year it's been only book, like things in the book title, but last year she started doing stuff with like what's on the cover of the books, which is also this year. I did complete it, but like normally I would do it month by month, but my last month, I can't remember what the challenge was in December, but basically I didn't read a book in December that had that thing in the book title, but I had previously in the year, and like some people complete it like that. It doesn't have to be month by month, so I did technically complete it, but I didn't like read that book that month. If you know what this challenge is about, that makes sense. If you don't, I'm probably just talking absolute waffleation, but yes. What else have I got on here? Oh, I completed 7 series that I'd already started, so that's cool. I definitely read a couple more that I started in this 2025 and then completed it in 2025, like the Captive Prince trilogy, for example. I read all of that in 2025, so yeah, that's cool. Completing series that I started. Yeah, pretty much that's it, I think. So now I'm going to be talking about my 2026 goals thing that I want to do. It's so simple. It's a lot of things that I do every year. So every year since I started making goals, I think my goal is to read 50 books in the year. I've always hit this, and I will continue to put it at 50. It's a good number. There's 52 weeks in the year. 50 books. It's a good number. Like I say, every single year I've set this, I've always hit it, and for me it's like, it's not a goal to, oh, every year I need to read more and more books. It's just, if I hit 50, that's really cool, and I know I will. And I also don't up my goal because 50 is the goal. I read more than that, that's cool. And again, like every other year, I want to read 50% of my hold books. It's just nice to know that I'm reading the books that I'm bringing in, but I'm also paying attention to books I already own that I want to get read as well. So yes, the whole TBR situation of like a 2025 TBR, a 2026 TBR, I'm scrapping this whole like here's 20 books, here's whatever, because realistically I read what I want and if I'm not in the mood to read a book, then I'm not going to force myself to read it. But what I did do in a video a couple of videos ago, the end of the year book tag, I randomly picked off 5 books off my shelves that I wanted to read. So I have a 5 book TBR for 2026, which I'll show you now if you didn't watch that video or it has been a while. So the books were The Girl of Ink and Stars by Kieran Millward Hargraves. I don't know what this book is about, but I really enjoy Kieran Millward Hargraves as an author. I think I've read stuff in all of her subsets, like middle grade, YA and adult, and I just really enjoy her writing, so I just know I'm going to enjoy this. I just randomly picked up a couple of her books that I didn't own because I want to read all of the books that she's written. Oh, there's a little $2.99 sticker on here. I found it in a charity shop. Boom. I'm going to read it. The next one is In the Lives of Puppets by TJ Klune. This is one that I've heard mixed feelings about, but I don't really care what people think. I don't really know what it's about. I just know there's robots. That's it. That's my knowledge. But I enjoy TJ Klune. So that's another book that I want to read. And the other ones are behind me. So another one is Strange the Dreamer by Laini Taylor. I really enjoyed the series Daughter of Smoke and Bone. Absolutely adored that series. So I want to read this one. I have both of the books in the Strange the Dreamer duology. So yeah, definitely want to get to this. Again, I can't tell you what it's about because I don't want to know. Because the Daughter of Smoke and Bone, I went into that completely blind. I had no idea what it was about. And I loved that fact. I love the fact that I didn't know what to expect. So I want to have the same vibes with this. So yeah, I don't know. I think there's a guy called Laszlo Strange. Yeah, that's my knowledge. And I don't want to know anything else because I feel like I'm just going to get in there and just enjoy it. And then the last two are up here as well. So we have this one. This is An Unsung Hero, Tom Crean Antarctic Survivor by Michael Smith. Tom Crean was an explorer guy in all the Arctic stuff, and he had a really interesting life. So he was on the Scott expedition where it was who gets to the South Pole quickest. Obviously we all know Captain Scott died on his way back and also didn't get there the quickest, but Tom Crean was on that expedition. But he was also on the Shackletons expedition where Endurance sunk, and there was like this really cool, amazing, heroic thing that happened on the boats. And then Tom Crean was one of 3 members, including Shackleton himself, to like go on this journey to go to a whaling station in a tiny little boat and then trek across that station. It had never been mapped, so they didn't even know what it would be like going up, cold, going down. They got there, they saved everybody. So yeah, I feel like it's going to be really interesting to read his story because he's like one of the crew, not the big names. So yeah, it's going to be good. He's also known for looking after the dogs as well. Tom Crean's puppies. In a lot of the things that I have, there's like pictures of him holding the doggos, so yeah. And then on the same vibe, because this is also about Shackleton Endurance, I have The Ship Beneath the Ice by Menson Bound, and this is about when they found the ship. A couple of years ago they finally found Endurance, so I feel like this is going to be interesting. I don't really know how this is going to go into it. I don't know if it's going to tell you the story of Endurance and them finding it. I'm guessing so. It's going to be a little mix of both. Like, I don't know if it's going to be interwoven or if it's going to be like part 1, here's what Endurance was, part 2, here was us finding it. But I think it's going to be interesting. The discovery of Shackleton's Endurance. So yeah. And let me just pick up my tiny piece of paper. Oh, there's one other challenge that I'm going to be doing in 2026. And that is, again, the Buzzword Challenge. So this one I am having a little bit of a difference going though. So obviously, as I said, last year Kayla from Books and Lala, the creator, also started doing a cover challenge. So the buzzword originally was just either specific words in the title or like a type of word, but now there's also cover stuff. So last year I didn't do the cover stuff, but this year I, with absolute love, went and instantly watched the video because I've been waiting for it, because I think this is such a fun challenge and it's like one of the only challenges that I do. And then instantly was going through my books that I own to like try and figure out what I could read for it. And after like the 5th or 6th word prompt of me not finding anything that I already own, I was like, you know what? I'm going to mix these both together. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have the list of the word prompts and the stuff on the cover prompts. Hopefully I'm putting up some sort of information here so you understand what the shit I'm going on about. But I'm going to have both of them, and then each month I'm going to look at them and choose one or the other, because there are so many of the word prompts that I don't own anything for, and I don't want to just go out of my way and try and find random things, go to the library, like look on my Kindle. In the past I've done that a couple of times a year, which is cool. Find random stuff, sometimes it's fun, sometimes it's fine. I don't think I've found anything that I've hated more like this. But because there were so many on these word prompts that I don't own, like literally I was looking and maybe like the 6th one, me looking, I was like, I don't have any of these words. So yeah, I'm gonna probably lean more towards the stuff on the cover one, but I'm gonna be looking at both, and if I do have a title one, that's the one I'll use. So yeah, those are all of my goals, my challenges for 2026. Super chill, super whatevs. I'm a mood reader, so I'm just embracing that. I don't need to have loads of books that I specifically need to read, you know? 5 is a good number for me. So yeah, let me know down below any goals that you have, any challenges. Are you joining in with the buzzword challenge? Are you doing any other ones? I'll probably jump on readathons throughout the year as well at some point, just 'cause it's a bit of fun. But yeah, super chill. 4 goals slash challenges slash things that I want to do this year. And that is enough for me. So yeah, do the things if you want. Comment down below if you want. That's what it's there for. I'll reply. We'll have mutual discussions. That's how it works. Like if you want, subscribe if you want, and I'll be back with a new video at some point in the near future.